The historic road course at Watkins Glen, New York is the setting as the 50th anniversary celebration of NASCAR continues in 1998. More than halfway through the battle for the Winston Cup, and like it or not, Jeff Gordon has ignited a history-making season in NASCAR's 50th year. Mark Martin and the rest need to stop watching, wondering, and waiting, and start winning.
After last week's record-setting win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Jeff Gordon has an extra 1.6 million reasons to be smiling. Hey, but let's not award the Winston Cup yet.
Also, Joe Nemechek and Ted Musgrave. Now the leader, Jeff Gordon, enters pit road on lap number 60. John Kernan has
far into pit road. It'll be 30 laps ago. Jeff Gordon has already had a left side tire change. Now changing right side tires. Ray Evernham said no air pressure, no adjustments, nothing whatsoever. 4 tires, fuel, clean the windshield. Gordon is down and away. Let's go to Bill.
Sterling Marlin and John Andretti were battling on the track. Now Marlin.
Rusty Wallace, meanwhile, and Mark Martin are still on the racetrack.
On the racetrack, Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace are together on the racetrack in 15th and 16th position. But right now it's Johnny Benson leading his 8th race.
And if you wonder where Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin are in relation to the 31 car of Mike Skinner, they are about 20 seconds behind him on the racetrack.
That means they got to make up 1 second a lap. And I don't know if they can do that, Ned.
No, I don't think they can make up that much on the racetrack. If he doesn't have to stop and there's no caution flag, you can have it.
I mean, right there is Mike Skinner in that Lowe's car, and I tell you what. Let's just see. Skinner is running at 76.872 seconds. Gordon at 75, so he is running 1.5 seconds faster.
Really? So, of course, Gordon has those fresher tires now. Will they level off as time goes by? I don't know. So maybe he does have enough time to catch him. And Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace are both in front of Jeff Gordon, but they're all running about the same speed.
See, Jeff Gordon and these guys have been able to put a little distance on Jeff Gordon.
Jeff moving to the inside of Chad Little, passing him.
Not over-rev the engine.
Whoa,
now 3 wide.
Oh. Jeff Gordon at the inner loop. Oh, he gets a little nudge from Earnhardt.
But he makes it through.
So that moves Jeff Gordon up into the 6th spot. See DJ back there trying to get by the 13 car of Tommy Hubert. And we see the distance that Rusty and Mark have been able to put on Jeff Gordon as he tries to get by Brett Bodine, the Paychex car.
And Mark said, no way, they got to go 39 laps. And they said, hey, they're not. So there's some disbelief out there inside the 2 car and the 6 car if both those first 2 cars make it the rest of the way.
Well, they're going to pass.
Look at this. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Look at him. My goodness.
And Jeff is going to try to make it 3 wide. No, can't work. It did work.
He did.
It did work.
What a bold move going into that corner. Man, they just flat out break from going into that turn.
So now put Rusty Wallace in 2nd, Jeff Gordon in 3rd, Mark Martin 4th, and Kyle 5th.
And Dale Jarrett is now in 6th place. Bobby Labonte is 7th. That was a bold move by Jeff Gordon. Saw an opportunity and seized it.
Yep. And once again, we see Mark right behind Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, he's seen the decline of that 24 car way too much this year.
At the field somewhere, there's the manufacturers' battle.
And now these guys are 8 seconds. Oh, and Jeff Burton is down in the carousel sideways.
Right in the groove.
Oh, cars are getting by.
Looks like he was going to be able to move the car away from there. We got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go at the Bud at the Glen.
And they've got 8 seconds to make up. 8 seconds. And I don't think they can catch him.
I don't believe they can either now, Benny. If he doesn't run out of fuel, I just don't believe there they come. They got the inner loop to go through and this next turn before they'd be up to him. And they're racing themselves, so
As hard as they can race. And Jeff Burton doesn't seem to be there. Otherwise, it'd probably been a wreck if he was.
yep. He's gone.
Down to Bill Weber.
Well, the Harts down here in the 31 pit has certainly skipped a beat the last couple of laps. First with the 90 blowing up, then the 99 spinning on the racetrack. But what they are telling Mike Skinner is be smooth. And his spotter on the backstretch, just Larry McReynolds telling him right now on the front stretch, 9 to go, 8-second lead, be smooth. And what Skinner is saying is that I'm not quite as smooth because I'm trying to save my gas. Meanwhile, the 2, the 24, and the 6 battle it out going into 1.
Mark Martin is to the inside of Jeff Gordon trying to take over the position. They go through their wheel to wheel, and Mark can't do it.
Rusty Wallace smoked those tires going into turn 6. Got a little bit too deep. Let these guys come up right behind him. That gave Mark the opportunity. He was trying to get by Jeff Gordon.
Great battle for position here. Second, third, and fourth.
See Dale Jarrett back there. Just a moment ago, I was talking about Rusty smoking those tires going in the corner. Watches it.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, Gordon really ran up on him, too, when he smoked those tires.
And see, he tried to go by Rusty on the outside. That's when Mark tried to drive on the inside. Here we go. Battle for second spot between Gordon and Rusty.
He's headed for a left-hander. He's got it. Jeff Gordon is in second position now. And now he sets sail for the leader of the race, Mike Skinner. And the deficit is, as Jeff crosses the line, 6.84 seconds.
And 8 laps.
It's almost a second a lap.
And there's not a lot of race. There's not a lot of traffic between he and Mike Skinner.
Boy, these last 7 races have just been what every race driver wants. Look at the average start and the average finish for Jeff Gordon. A $1.6 million payday at the Brickyard 400 a week ago yesterday, winning the No Bull 5. Extending his points lead over Mark Martin to 72. There is Mike Skinner right there. Here comes Jeff Gordon through the inner loop.
That's the worst break that Skinner got. Gordon can see him. And he knows when he gains and when he doesn't gain. It's almost a short shoot.
But that's still over 5 seconds, folks. It looks close there, but still over 5 seconds as Mark Martin looked on the inside of Rusty Wallace, but couldn't make the pass there.
Gordon has fresher tires than Skinner. It was 6.84 seconds last time, separating first and second. Let's see what it is this time. There, 5.40.
He gained a second and a half almost that last lap, Ned.
1 44/44 of a second.
There are 7 laps to go at the Bud at the Glen.
At that rate, he can pass him. He can catch him. No, I should say catch him. I don't know if he can pass him or not, but he can catch him at that rate.
And look at the difference that he's put in between Rusty and Mark. And we'll see just in 5 laps, he gained 4 seconds.
Wow.
On Skinner. You see Skinner, these tires as they wear, they're getting slower and slower. Now he's down to 78 seconds flat. And Jeff Gordon is running about 76 flat at the beginning.
There is Larry McReynolds, who now directs the 31 team. Mike Skinner, the 1995 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, is in the lead.
Now, Gordon's tires are 8 laps fresher than Skinner's. And that's a good bit on a road course. that Jeff has been running faster most of the day than Skinner has been running too.
5.40 seconds last lap between Skinner and Jeff Gordon. Now it is 3.73.
Wow.
Last lap, Mike Skinner ran a 112.796. Jeff Gordon a 115.255.
I think he's going to catch him, man.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And that's still not counting this.
Yeah.
Does Skinner have enough fuel to make it?
That's right. That's one thing that Mike does have to worry about. There are no worries in that scenario for Jeff Gordon.
And that's also the fact that Mike Skinner can look up in the mirror and see Jeff Gordon also is bad news for Mike Skinner. Jerry Bunch?
Well, from Ray Evernham and the spotters on the DuPont team, they have told Jeff Gordon, you're gaining. Be patient, be consistent. By our calculations, you will pass the leader with 2 to go. So just stay there. You're coming in a hurry.
The song that we came on the air with, I want to be just like you. I want to do the things that you do. And here is Jeff Gordon doing it, and Rusty and Mark. Oh, whoa! Contact between the two as Wallace smoked him coming into the corner again.
I tell you, Mark Martin was a real gentleman right there. He could have spun Rusty out and would have had good calls to do it, because Rusty went in there and locked the brakes up, and Mark was all over him, but almost wrecked himself to keep from wrecking Rusty.
5 laps to go, and the interval is 2.06 seconds between first and second. Back up front, look how the interval is shrinking every moment.
Dale Jarrett is gaining about the same amount on Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace as Gordon is on the 31 car.
Mike Skinner's best finish on a road course was 16th at Sears Point last year, 1997.
Martin taking a look once again. Figured he couldn't make it, so he falls back in behind Rusty. That's where they had their problems the last lap.
Here is Gordon. Look how much faster he was on the 85th lap.
And we see that Jarrett had the second fastest time of the top 5 cars that last lap.
And the interval is now less than a half second, Benny. In fact, it's just about 3 car lengths.
He is right there. Down the backstretch is where Jeff Gordon will try to make his move as he gets to the interlude.
Yep, probably going into there. We've made passes already today.
We saw him earlier in the race go 3 wide to gain a couple of positions. Now they move on to the backstretch. And Mike Skinner will try to hold off Jeff Gordon, but Jeff moves to the outside and is going to be able to take the lead. Gordon goes into the lead. And he's headed for his 3rd straight win. It hasn't happened since '96.
Now Skinner just needs to try to do his best and hang on to 2nd place, because he's got Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin.
And they're a little over 4 seconds, over 4.5 seconds behind him, so he might be able to do that.
And we see that Mark has been able to get by Rusty and move into the 3rd spot.
Down to move within that distance, but I think he's going to run out of time.
There we see Skinner, there we see Mark. So right now, that really and truly, I think, is the only question. You know, can Jeff Gordon's car run a couple more laps, and can Mark Martin catch Mike Skinner for 2nd spot?
Gordon completes the 88th lap of the race, and there are 2 to go.
See, Jeff Gordon has led 52 laps today. Mike Skinner, with his gamble, has led 17.
White flag is waving for Jeff Gordon. We watch this battle for 2nd position. Mark may try to make a move at the end of the front stretch here. Headed for turn number race. There's the leader, Jeff Gordon, headed for turn number 6.
Is Skinner out of gas?
Well, looks like he pulled over the inside there, but then picks it back up.
No, he's still running.
Yep. There is Martin in 2nd.
And here comes Jeff Gordon down to the line.
He wins the Bud at the Glen. Jeff Gordon, his 3rd straight win on a road course. The 7th win of 1998 and 36th of his career. Down to John Kernan.
Ray Evernham, the guys high-fiving. Great effort, great charge from behind there. Did you think he had enough time? Were you ever worried?
Yeah, I was pretty worried. You know, I mean, we've won some on pit road, but I felt like we lost that one. You know, that goes right to Jeff Gordon. He was smart, saved his tires, and he really drove hard to get back up through there. He pulled this one out for us. I want to thank God first for giving us the opportunity, and say hi to Rick and Lyndon, everybody.
Did you have to keep him calm whenever he was that far back as he was charging his way to the front?
Well, I mean, I was talking whether or not he was already calm, you know. You know, he is 27 years old now. He had another birthday. He needs me less and less. He won this race for us today with using his head and being a great driver.
All right, congratulations, Ray. Back upstairs.
Jeff is the 4th driver to win 3 consecutive road races, joining Rusty Wallace, Tim Richmond, and Dan Gurney. Jeff Gordon wins the Bud at the Glen. Gordon has driven to his 7th victory of 1998. We go down to the McDonald's Winner's Circle interview and Dr. Jerry Punch.
All right, a big gulp of Pepsi. After all, he is aging now. He turned a distant 27 on Tuesday of this week. He celebrated his birthday, and today he celebrates his 7th win of the 1998 season, his 36th career victory, his 3rd in a row. Let him get out and wave to this crowd. Where's your team? Jeff, congratulations as Brooke comes in and gives her a big hug and a kiss.
No, I can't believe it.
Congratulations. Your team, by the way, you're at the other end of pit road. They're on their way. They'll be here in a moment. Congratulations.
Well, I want to celebrate with them because they certainly deserve a hug and a handshake. And tell you what, I don't deserve these blessings and all the things that are happening in my life, but I sure am thankful to God for what is happening in my life. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe it. You know, cars just get better. Luck keeps going our way. You know, I drove my butt off, and today was a day about mistakes. We made one in the pits, cost us the lead, and then both Mark and Rusty made little mistakes on the track and cost them some positions. But man, I was driving my tail off. DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet was awesome. Want to thank Quaker State, Pepsi, Goodyear Tires, GMAC, everybody that's involved in this team. It's just such a blessing.
Any doubts in your mind when they told you the 31 did not have to pit that you would be able to catch Skinner? You were about 10 or 11 seconds back with less than 10 to go.
That's my crew chief for it. He never told me one time that I was in second. I thought I was leading the whole time. And then, you know, when I started closing in on Skinner, he told me, he said, you know, you're in second. That's the leader ahead of you. And I just try to keep it smooth and straight, not make any mistakes, and we're able to run him down. And you know, I could tell he was conserving a little bit, tires and fuel, and you know, he kind of gave me the spot. But what a win, man! What a win! You know, I always wanted to race Mark and Rusty on a road course for a win, and you know, this one feels really good.
All right, Jeff Gordon celebrating in victory lane with a nice cold drink, his 7th win of the 1998 season. Bob?
And really, he is right on track to win his 3rd NASCAR Winston Cup championship. If you compare the statistics through the first 20 races of the 2 years that he has won in 95 and 97, he has 2 more wins, 1 less, top 5. But what a year for Jeff Gordon. When we come back, we'll talk to Mike Skinner, who finished 3rd here today and picked up his best career finish.
Mark Martin, 4th, 4 consecutive weeks finishing 2nd. I mean, what else do you have to do?
I don't know. Looks like Jeff Gordon may win them all. I was standing up in the seat the whole day, and I was watching him when I was behind him, and you know, these guys just got us covered, man. My race team of Abilene Cummins guys tried to win it on pit road for me. I always tell them they put me in the front with a good car and good tires, and I'll hang tough for them. But you know, I had to push so hard, and I just didn't have enough, and got in a corner and slid out a little bit, and those guys got by me. And you know, Jeff's just too strong, man. You know, I had hopes of staying out there in front of him, but I couldn't.
Mark Martin is having a great year through 20 races, but he is just a step behind Jeff Gordon in the race for the championship. Once again today, Mark Martin lost another 10 points and is now 82 behind Jeff Gordon. Again, Jeff Gordon drove to victory here this afternoon at Watkins Glen International, winning his 7th race of 1998 and stretching out his lead in the point standings just a little bit. He's now 82 ahead of Mark Martin. But we move from the road course here today to the 2-mile high bank track at Michigan Speedway. this coming weekend, and we hope you'll be with us. For John Curtin, Bill Weber, Jerry Punch, Benny Parsons, and Ned Jarrett, I'm Bob Jenkins. Thanks for joining us here today at Watkins Glen International. We'll see you next Friday for Bud Pole qualifying at Michigan. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader.
Will it be a familiar road for the Rainbow Warrior at Watkins Glen? But first, let's do a little Winston Cup racing. At times, NASCAR has been accused of implementing rules changes with the idea of slowing down Jeff Gordon. Somebody had better come up with some new rules. That 24 was on the pole again, and for new rule suggestions, maybe making Jeff drive a you-go and not letting Ray Evernham touch it all week would be in order. Gordon on the pole for the Bud at the Glen. Gordon had the early lead. He's led in 13 straight races. He tried to make it the rest of the way. Gambling strategy. Gordon, meanwhile, slow pit stop. You don't see that clock get over 20 on the Rainbow Warriors very often. Then Martin's turn. He's out 3 seconds faster than Gordon. One bullet, but then here comes that 24. Going by Martin to take third. Then Martin sets his sights, or rather Gordon sets his sights on Rusty Wallace while Larry Mack and the crew, Mike Skinner, looked on. Gordon passes Rusty for second. Jeff thought he was in the lead. Then Evernham tells him, you got to pass Skinner, but Skinner had to run conservatively. It was either run conservatively or run out of gas. So Larry Mack told him, you got to let him go. You got no choice. And off he went. Jeff Gordon's getting it done. He's low, he's live, he's a winner again for the third straight race, 36th win of his career. Hey, look, fans, you got a right to do whatever you want to do, but appreciate what you're seeing from this guy. His 7th win of the season, 36th of his career. Boo if you must. This guy's getting it done. He's won 4 out of 5. But again, it's Gordon, first man to win 3 in a row since Jeff Gordon in 1996. He spoke with Bill Weber.
Well, for the third straight race, Jeff Gordon back in victory lane. I can ask you about the race, but other than that, I'm out of questions. So just tell me about how you did it this time.
Well, it was a great race. One of the best battles I've been in a long time, and it's really fun to race with guys like Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin on the road course who are just so awesome, so good. And, you know, we made a little mistake in the pits, got us behind. We had, you know, the car to beat as long as we were out front. But when I got behind those guys, man, I was just burning up my brakes, burning up my tires, and I just had to sit back and try to keep those guys in sight and see what we had for them at the end.
That daring pass in the inner loop is worth looking over several times.
Well, you don't make that one every day, but in the closing lap, when you're racing with somebody like Mark Martin, you know he's going to run you hard and clean, and you try to give him the same respect back. But, you know, if you don't take the opportunity when it comes to you, you're not going to get by a guy like that.
At what point did you know the 31 was trying to do it on fuel mileage and you were chasing him?
Well, I was out there, you know, for a while, just watching my mirror, trying to pull away from Rusty and Mark, and wondering when Mark was going to get by Rusty and come after me. And about that time, it was like 5 laps to go, and I felt pretty comfortable about our lead. And then Ray said, okay, 31's a leader ahead of you. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? So, you know, I just tried to be smooth, not make any mistakes. I could see, you know, he was conserving fuel, conserving tires. His tires were pretty worn out. And, you know, we had a little bit fresher tires. We were able to run him down.
Well, he repeats at the Glen, and he sweeps the road courses in 1998. Jeff Gordon wins again.
Bill and Jeff, thanks a lot. Well, Mad Max has nothing on the Rainbow Warrior lately. 7 top 5s in those last 8 road course races. That's in stark contrast to his first 4 starts on roadies, where his average finish was 22nd.
Yeah, Jeff was a smart driver today. Gave us a driving lesson. He's just awesome.
Well, for those of you who think you've heard everything about Jeff Gordon, there's more Jeff Gordon, including a place where he hasn't won. He's gearing up to change that. Well, you got any idea what might have our attention in the Winston Cup race? You know Gordon's getting it done. Bill Weber asked, how? Well, Jeff Gordon did run out of gas at the Winston. He overslept for practice at Charlotte and got stuck in traffic in California, nearly missing an interview we had scheduled with him. I bring this up not to bring Gordon down, merely to remind the rest of us mere mortals that Gordon is human too. As Bill Weber tells us, that's been tough to prove this season.
Jeff Gordon took a mini vacation after winning the Brickyard 400, but when he got to Watkins Glen, it was business as usual. Friday, he won the pole. Sunday, he won the race. He defended his championship at this track. He sweeps the road courses in 1998, his 7th win of the season and his 3rd straight victory. It's a simple question with a complex answer. How are they able to do it?
Attitude is a big part of this deal. Sometimes you get on a roll and you don't know why. It's just as easy to all of a sudden go to junk and not know why. So you know, we've got momentum on our side.
That's the 13th consecutive Winston Cup race that Jeff Gordon has led.
I feel awesome. You know, I just feel so blessed and so fortunate to be a part of this team and have awesome race cars and to be able to be lucky enough to pull into victory lane with such an awesome team.
And Jeff is going to try to make it 3 wide. No, can't work. It did work.
Them guys are on a roll. Been there with Blue Max and Rusty Wallace when we showed up at the racetrack, and they hated to see us roll that car off because they knew that they were in trouble. Them guys are the same way.
Here we go, battle for second spot between Gordon and Rusty. He's headed for a left-hander. He's got it.
I remember we went back in the late 80s when Elliott was the guy. And then we come on with the Kodiak 27 car and we busted everybody's rear end. We were the guy to beat. And then it was the 3 car to beat. And now it's Gordon to beat. And it all goes in cycles, and they realize it. They're doing a hell of a job.
Jeff Gordon, his 3rd straight win on a road course, the 7th win of 1998 and 36th of his career.
I don't know if we'll ever see anything like this again in our lives because I've been around a good long while, and this kid is dominating right now.
Looks like Jeff Gordon may win them all. I was standing up in the seat the whole day, and I was watching him when I was behind him, and you know, these guys just got us covered, man.
Mark Martin has 4 wins this season and now has 4 straight second-place finishes. Unfortunately for Mark, Gordon has won 3 of those races, and Martin has actually lost ground in the points. That's how difficult it's going to be to catch Gordon in the chase for the 1998 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. In Watkins Glen, New York, I'm Bill Weber.
Okay, Bill, you know, after ripping off 3 straight road course wins, Gordon's winning percentage on road is actually better than his mark on super speedways or short track, at least by the percentages there. He'll have to wait until next year for a shot at running his road course streak to 4 in a row. This sort of reminds you of the old Al Franken decade bit. What can we say about him, Jeff Gordon? There is a place he hasn't won. Strange but true, although he could be gearing up to change it.
Mark is in the room. I'm proud Mark didn't slip up in front of him. Yeah,
Jeff Gordon is gearing up for a shot at matching the modern era record with 4 straight wins. He can earn that streak if he can stop another one. It's been just 6 years since Jeff Gordon burst onto the Winston Cup scene, and in that time, he has accomplished more than any current driver on the circuit.
Jeff Gordon wins the 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship, his 2nd and the 3rd straight Winston Cup Championship for car owner Rick Hendry.
Not only is Gordon the youngest 2-time champion, but he's averaged 6 wins a year since his 1993 rookie season, giving him the highest winning percentage of any active driver.
The checkered flag and the 500 is over. Jeff Gordon is the winner of the 1997 Daytona 500.
In the last 4 years, Gordon has left the field in the dust on super speedway. His 23 wins are more than the combined total of Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin, who rank 2nd and 3rd.
Jeff Gordon taking the checkered flag and winning his 4th straight.
Only short track king Rusty Wallace has taken home more small oval wins than Gordon since 1993.
Jeff Gordon wins his 23rd of 83 NASCAR Winston Cup road course races. He won it from the pole position.
No matter what the configuration, Gordon is a force to be reckoned with behind the wheel. So with all this success, what more does this prodigy have to accomplish? In 11 attempts, the Rainbow Warrior has never tasted victory at Michigan. He's been runner-up 3 times, including 2nd to Mark Martin in Gordon's 1993 debut. His performance since then has been stellar. He has 8 top 5 finishes and has led a lap in all but 2 events. In 1995, Gordon dominated the field in both races by leading the most laps, but fell short each time. In last year's Miller 400, he drove his way to a 5th place finish after a wreck in practice caused him to start at the tail end of the field.
He's going to do it. Jeff Gordon wins the California 500.
He coasted to the checkered flag at California Speedway last year and finished 4th in Fontana this past May, a track that is a near replica of Michigan Speedway. Aside from California, no track has been kinder to the 2-time champion. His average Michigan finish is 5th, better than any other track on the circuit. Gordon has proven to be successful at Michigan, but Michigan is yet to reward that success with a victory. Thanks, Reese. You can see Gordon go for 4 on ESPN next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time. Another day, another Jeff Gordon win. This is not a recording. Gordon has now won 3 in a row on the Winston Cup circuit, and Adrian Fernandez a winner in karts. I'm Reese Davis. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.